My name is Vito. I'm one of the co-founders of Forte. We are a platform that is catered towards finding athletic events in communities near you. I know that my forte is building and connecting communities, and I was able to find and build this strength of mine through the people I grew up with and the environments that we came up together in. And I'm gonna use this opportunity now to show you guys that.
When I think about who I am today, I like to credit a lot of that to the people I was raised by and the environment that I was raised in. I'm going to take you guys on a journey by foot through the South Brooklyn neighborhoods that I call home. The first neighborhood that we're starting in is Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Bay Ridge is a neighborhood that's most notable for being right under the Verrazano Bridge. This neighborhood means a lot to me. I went to high school in this neighborhood. Another reason that Bay Ridge is so important to me, because the 69th Street Pier along the water down to Caesars Bay in Bensonhurst is where I first ever trained. Without this, I would have never went on a run before. I would have never had goals to get better at any other sports.
I'm biased. You know, I obviously love New York and everything about it. I actually think you'd have to pay me a disgusting amount of money to move out of the city. From the day my grandparents gave me a key to my house, I just was outside all the time. I couldn't go back home. There's a real sense of relatability in it, when you're outside. Because now, me and you are having a real conversation. We're real people face to face. When we are outside and we are making real human connection, there's just a real different sense of trust and relatability and friendship. You can go to any of these runs, any of these run clubs, any gym workouts, and it's like this person that I am running next to or talking to at the end or before a run is not just a runner. They are, they're a person with a story. They have a reason why they moved to New York, or they grew up in New York, or they have the most interesting job in the world. Why wouldn't I want to come and run with these people? It's like, I'm a kid from fucking South Brooklyn.
From Bay Ridge, we're going to jog over to Dyker Heights. Dyker Heights is the neighborhood that I call home. It's a smaller neighborhood that is technically a subset of Bensonhurst. This neighborhood's a special one. It's mostly Italian people that were in downtown Brooklyn or Bensonhurst that like to move here because of the word heights. As many immigrant families started to make more money, this for them was a way of showing that they had reached some success.
Let's turn left here. We'll go to the schoolyard. And if it was Friday night, everyone would be like, come to the schoolyard. All you had to say was the schoolyard. You could have been from Staten Island or, the south of Queens, and everyone knew they had to come here. I don't know why, but this was like the epicenter, the Mecca. I mean, we'd get 300 plus kids in this fucking little schoolyard, and just chaos. Also, probably another formative years of sports. I mean, I sucked at every sport, especially basketball. And then I really had to kind of rely on making friendships or being a funny kid or a relatable kid to kind of get the respect of the older guys that hung out here and stuff like that. We used to just sit on those benches till friggin' 3, 4 in the morning some nights, It was crazy. Yeah, I don't even think I slept when I was younger. I grew up a few blocks away. We'll run by my house right now. Just wait till you see it. It was this house is his pride and joy. It doesn't look it looks like it should be in Italy. It doesn't look like it should be in Brooklyn. This house here with the pillars. It used to be an apartment building. And then when he paid off the mortgage, he redid the whole thing. Grant would be like, you gotta come home, come for dinner, I'm making whatever, on a Saturday or Sunday night. And I would purposely push my hill workouts to this right here. So I would pull up right here, drive, do a 1 mile down, 1 mile back for a 2 mile warm up, and I would do hill sprints up this hill, just up and down the hill, and then just go inside and eat dinner. Our fam, we all do the, for whatever reason, we don't do handshake. Especially with Grandpa, whenever he walked up to us, he would just stick out his pinky and do a pinky promise. When something's a pinky promise, it's a much more serious promise than your typical, trust me.
13th Avenue is the heart and soul of Dyker Heights. Back in the day, this is where every kid in the neighborhood came to meet, greet, make friendships, and break them.
I'm speaking for so many kids from New York City that the amount of people that probably learned how to make or break friendships at a Dunkin' Donuts is out of control. People I knew from all different neighborhoods and boroughs of New York came to hang out just out of the sake of just wanting to get together. It forced me to become a person. I had to make friendships. We're in South Brooklyn. There were people a million times tougher than I could ever even imagine being. And, you know, through fear, I made friendships. Through relatability, I made friendships. I even learned how to make enemies for the first time in my life because I didn't fuck with someone or the way that they went about something or the shit they believed in. Right now at Forte, we are helping encourage people to come together on these shared interests that, you know, that they might not find in their own house. And luckily when I was young, we had Dunkin' fucking Donuts and Baskin Robbins to meet up at. 13th Ave these days is a fucking dead zone. I feel like such an old head saying this shit out loud, but like I come here and I'm like, damn, a summer day in July on 13th Avenue fucking 15 years ago, holy shit. Right now, it would have been crazy. There would have been at least 50 kids on bikes at the pizzerias, hanging out, breaking bottles, being stupid. Look, I'm smiling. I can't even like talk about it out loud.
Bensonhurst is the neighborhood that my grandparents moved to and raised their own family there. At one point in time, this was the Italian epicenter of New York City and maybe even the entire Northeast. This is Il Colosseo restaurant. This place means a lot to me.
You know you're in an old school fucking neighborhood when the second you pull out a camera, everyone in the establishment is like looking around all fucking confused and whatnot. My family never really liked to eat out. My grandfather definitely like enjoyed home cooking. He was my father growing up. He raised my brothers and I like his own. He recently just passed about like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm definitely still dealing with that. So even being in the neighborhood right now kind of fucks around with my head a little bit. Every Thursday of every week, we didn't even have to call him or text him. Show up here around like 6, 7 o'clock. He was already sitting at a table in the back waiting for us. He was a man of routine. He really loved knowing that there was a set plan and that like the people he trusted around him the most could stick to that plan. And I'm now realizing, you know, in the last like, you know, year and a half, 2 years of building this business, you know, I've built some of the best relationships I've ever built in my life because we're able to form a routine around each other. They don't speak any English. Like we're gonna speak Italian. Yeah. Potremmo andare qui? Volevo fare un video veloce. Yeah, we usually fucking shit. I haven't been here in a while. Oh, I'm gonna fucking cry looking at this room. Yeah, we used to just like sit right there. Just sit right there. A lot of times like maybe an uncle or two, but like my brothers or my grandfather. I didn't even say a word. We just sit there. He ordered each of us a plate of like risotto with seafood, eat the food, and he would take out like a $50 bill, leave it on the counter, on the table, and he would just leave. And we paid with his money because he just couldn't wait to go home and watch TV. Look at me, I don't even know what to do with my hands right now. I feel so fucking weird being in here right now. Yeah, it's cool. I'm really happy they let us in here right now. Honestly, guys, like I'm holding back tears. I'm very emotional just looking at this room. So I don't know how much longer I could stay in here right now. Yeah, it's cool. I think part of growing up is like you gotta like just kind of face the things that you don't like looking at. And I probably, if it wasn't for this, I don't know that I would have ever stepped foot into that room ever again. So, well, yeah, that was nice. That was cool. Happy. Doesn't feel as scary as it felt like walking in there. I can't lie. I was a little hesitant to go in there.
He recently passed away due to some complications from an accident, and it's been really tough for our family to imagine going on with life without him. Since he's been gone, I've been making it a point to speak about him the way that he deserves to be spoken about. He was the best person I've ever known. Now that I'm building a business in New York City the same way that he did, I'm going to try and make sure that I follow all the right steps that he did to make him happy. The last stop of the day we're going to go to is Coney Island. For all of us South Brooklyn kids that really made a lot out of nothing, Coney Island offered everything. The second the forecast hit anywhere near 75 or 80 degrees, we would cut school and make our way to Coney Island, and we'd hang out there until the sun went down. We'd all simultaneously make our Italian parents and grandparents upset by missing dinner and eating at Nathan's for dinner every single night of the summer.
When I first started running, I just got home from college, so I still lived at home. I would run to Shore Road, take Shore Road all the way down. That's Stillwell Avenue there. So I would take Stillwell Avenue onto the boardwalk, run all the way down to Brighton Beach, and then just like follow my way back. That was like the Coney Island half marathon.
I met up with my co-founder and good friend Connor Buckley at the boardwalk so I could show him around my stomping grounds and we could chat a little bit about what we're building.
I could confidently say, and call me crazy, I think Coney Island might be my favorite place in the world because of how crazy it is. So now that we are building this business and, we'll pop up to an event that people are hosting on the platform to find 600 plus people, it's like as overwhelmed as I might be, I just try and remind myself that like, I can't even come to my favorite place in the world and it not be crazy around me. So it's almost helping me find comfort in the chaos around me. The most fun part about building
exactly different music.
Yeah, like the most fun part about building a social app is that, the same way that I want to make a new friend, and the first thing I'll ask them is like, where are you from? Like, where's your family from? What'd you do growing up? Like, I find myself doing that even if I meet someone in a professional kind of setting. And, I think coming here and being around people that were so different than me in terms of, their backgrounds kind of helped spark that interest.
One thing I love about Coney Island is that it's what I love about New York. It's just like, let your freak fly, let it be weird, express yourself, don't hold back.
Yeah.
Be out there, be unique, and get it out there and meet other people that are also fucking weird.
Yeah.
And we're just a city of city of really weird souls in one place.
Guys, get the fuck out of Greenpoint. There's a beach in Brooklyn you would never know about. Look at this.